Anyways, session question. The question for the session. The question of the session. Cusco's poison. Holy moly.
Oh my. Jesus.
Yeah. The session question is... Almost there. There we go. The session question is... What lie does your character tell themselves? It can be a constant one, it can be a new one, it can be from any time, I don't care. What lie does your character tell themselves? I'll be back.
That it's not a cult. Boom.
Yeah, right.
That's honestly the greatest one. This really isn't a cult. Right?
I mean, it's got all the signs.
There's no Kool-Aid
Yeah.
involved yet, unless you consider my whiskey. That's been passed around a little.
Don't drink the Corellian whiskey.
Yeah.
Raz most afraid of? What has Raz seen that's been scary? Most afraid of, or most often afraid of?
No, it was
No.
the
No, this
lie
is
you
the
tell
lie.
yourself.
Lie you tell yourself.
Lie you tell yourself? Okay. The lie Raz tells himself.
This might be one of my favorite ambient pieces of all time. The one that's playing like right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
This one's like seared into my brain from 2014 SWTOR.
Is this a capital city? This is an outdoor capital city.
I think this is either Tython or like Main Plaza Coruscant. I cannot remember which one.
Yeah,
it is.
it gives Main Plaza Coruscant. I'll be honest.
Is anyone ready?
Not quite.
Ready, Captain.
Ready?
No way Roz is picking his hands up first. Dom!
No way.
Go ahead.
To the front of the line.
Dom's up first.
He ain't afraid of shit no more.
My biggest fear. No. The
lie.
lie. Like the. I thought it was fear twice. That Raz had to leave Glianson. Anytime he thinks about it, it's like I was pushed away from it. Oh, I had to go. I had to go explore. If he looks back on all the layout was there for him to see, or even follow in the footsteps of his father and stay around a place that's such a good familial society, a good place to be on Glianson, and instead forced himself to leave, as if saying, I have to go. it doesn't feel 100% to him when he says I had to leave.
Was being too comfortable the worry? Was it
I think it
stifling?
was
Or was it
Was
just like
the small town.
that
gotta
the
get
had
out.
to leave was like the what else is out there?
it was a bit of that like coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Should have, if I had wanted to continue with my skim racing ability, should have let that kid figure it out himself, right? You know, would have tried to get back into it, could have gotten back into it, but for Raz, it was too much. Like, going back and just staying in that place that's so familiar, it wouldn't have gotten him out of continuing to dwell on that. I think that becomes more of a root on it too, is the Bane Root Reef experience itself, and maybe trying to run from that as well. That being something, maybe the real thing that pushed him out, but still having to say like, okay,
Can't
it's
live
still
with it
not
or
that
sort it out.
big of a reason. Other
living
people
right
have worse
next to it.
disabilities. Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, that's a good one. That's delectable.
Can I call on who's next?
Yes, you can. Popcorn region. Will Timjen,
Okay.
you're a
Timjin, the lie that he tells himself all the time is that he doesn't have a drinking problem. There we go.
Easy.
No. So, no, for
Never
real,
been easier.
though. No. The lie he keeps on telling himself is that if he sticks around with this group and continues with what they're doing, that the money will come and he'll be able to save his mom. He knows deep down he's probably not going to make enough credits to get what do you call it, the stuff for his mom's his mom's medicine and whatnot. But you know, he's very enamored with the group and what we've been doing, so he'd like to stay. But you know, not sure of how he's going to be able to save his mom while still, you know, gallivanting around the galaxy, not making big credits.
Oh. We've latched on because we don't know what other path to take.
Right. No, this feels like he feels like it's the right path, but what do you call it? He still has that nagging, you know, thing that he wants to, you know, save his mom. Like, you know, he's going and doing all this, but you know, it's still like a huge importance to him. So that weighs heavy in the back of his mind.
Right. Okay.
But he tells himself that, you know, like, you know, it'll come. Like,
It's going to work out. That's
Yeah.
why I'm doing this, because eventually it's gonna shake out
Exactly.
for me, and I can go back home and fix it.
Exactly.
Well, Will, popcorn read. You're calling on the next one.
That is going to be Knox.
So I want to say Knox's biggest lie that he tells himself is that his life would have been better had he not been born on Nar Shaddaa. Like he thinks like it all started from like when he was dropped off on Nar Shaddaa with whatever circumstance, but then I feel like slowly he's like learning a truth that the galaxy is about the same everywhere, but part of him still believes that if he had been born on Deveron, it would have been a much I don't know, much easier upbringing.
And with that, to hitch into Roz a little bit, does Knox put his parents in that equation? if my mom, if my dad had just kept me, or we had been a complete family on Deveron, everything would have been cash money. Everything would have been better.
Definitely. And I think that also kind of feeds into hatred for the Hutts, because the Hutts ruled Nar Shaddaa and kind of make it the hellhole that it is.
Oh, Jake, back up, by
Yeah.
the way? Sorry. I gotta see that shirt. That's fire. I love that. That looks
Jake
really
just been out here with the
1919.
slapping shirts.
Hey, I'm fitted up these days, kids. Y'all just lucky I don't take. I just don't ever. I don't know how to take pictures
That's
of
all that
myself.
money
So
we
I
pay these
just,
teachers, man.
I'm saying.
all right, so you can go ahead and popcorn read Garrett, even though we know who the last one
Noah.
is.
All right.
Oh,
It's
Chris.
me.
That's
Mr.
the real
Noah.
pocket.
All right. I think Joom, probably the greatest, the most common lie Joom tells himself, the biggest lie, whatever you want to call it, is that he joined the hand for purely good reasons. And not for. So, yes, his motive was to change how the hand operated. But is there a little bit of pride that goes into thinking you can do that? Yes. So, how much of it was, I can fix this, or it was, I can fix this, but how prideful do you have to be to think that you're going to be the guy that can go into this organization and change it from the ground up? This institution, what the fuck? There's an ambulance down there. Okay.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a tough one.
that's a great answer. The pride of, because it's not just like, oh yeah, man, there's this small team, I'm gonna go in and
Yeah.
they don't have a leader. These young ruffians need some help turning it around. No, this is like a intersectional crime organization.
Yes. It's fucking insane.
And so does revenge play any part into that as well? Whenever
I'm
we
sure.
or I say revenge, I mean vengeance. Does wanting to change it, does that get warped and play into that pride aspect because of what happened in the court case and because of what happened with the acid pit?
Yeah. You can go into the argument of vengeance or justice all day long, and it's literally a sliding scale, just like morality is. I mean, they're the same thing, just on different ends of the spectrum.
And the reason I changed from revenge to vengeance is it more personal? Is it for Joom, or is it for
It might have started
the
out
people
that way. I think it
were
might have started
wrong?
out that way.
Yeah.
But then it got, your team gets bigger. I mean, you see more things, you meet more people, it grows beyond what one person can possibly be. But starting out, who knows how much of it was for vengeance? Who knows how much of it was for justice? The court case was probably for justice.
And then
what came next?
You're
Yeah,
right.
maybe not.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Another heater session question. Love that. Thank you guys for buying in. Roll your destiny dice.
Right. Were we doing conflict? I think I remember.
Oh yes,
We were going to.
We are.
I'll take the 2 light.
We are. 2, 3. Raj.
What have you given me to give you these 2 dark side points? You know what? I always have to give something to you. How about you give something to me for these 2 dark side points, Mr. Banker?
I'll give you 2 dark side.
I
love
produced
that.
these this time.
That's not what you can do for your DM.
That's what the DM does for you. Let's see, Roz.
What do you want for these 2 dark side points?
I'll give you an XP point per dark side pit.
2 fucking
Bribery.
XP.
That's no deal. More.
Hold on.
Although they do slide. It's just, yeah, they change pretty easy. So.
Make it easy. Take the light side point. Take the door.
All right,
I've been up since 4:30. Fuck that.
We'll leave it at 6. That's good. We'll leave it at 6. Okay, so, but first things first. Who wants to who wants to do morality first?
I'll go.
Oh, Mamma Mia. This can't be right. Hold on. Resolve.
Get in there.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Oh.
Internet.
Oh.
Conflict morality.
Oh,
points.
God. Okay, hold on. Let me pull my fucking tally board up. Jesus. What's up, guys?
I don't think I should be too terrible, but I might be up there a little bit.
It's really not. It's really not bad.
I know I spent a couple, not too many
You
sessions.
said tally.
But this arc ended up stretching for
Yeah.
How many episodes here?
It's been like 10. I feel like.
Yeah, this arc ended up stretching from episode 25 to episode 33. So turned to an 8-episode arc.
Damn.
So that's okay. That's okay.
I love that.
Okay. Knox, Roz, Jim, Tim, and Saba. He's not here. Okay.
See, I'm a big don't go to the next area until I've filled out all the slots of things I can collect or do in this
100%.
area.
Yeah.
I know Garrett understands, yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm not looking at mine. Not with that face.
Ooh.
Come on now.
Ooh. All right, here
I
we
know
go.
that's Chris's.
Amen. Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's really not bad.
Fuck.
What?
How bad could it be?
Shit.
Hold on, I gotta check the numbers real quick. I might on this one episode I might have put our total points. I might have added them up prior.
I see. I hope so. Oh yeah, that would make sense. We're not getting 15 points in a single episode, typically.
Correct.
Typically.
Oh fuck.
We are getting a little bit
There's-
atypical.
Oh no, that's right. That did happen. Never mind.
Oh god.
Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. Never mind.
Fuck man. Aw,
Oh
shit, bro.
man. All right. Let's see who's been the goodest boy.
I feel like Garrett's been pretty good. Knox has. Tim's just not so bad.
Maybe.
Not
I didn't
so
punch that
bad.
noble.
Tim's just been pretty good.
I'm gonna let you know
Yeah, I was
right
about to
now.
say.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Timmy Tim has a +5 on an episode, and the only notes I have from that episode is that Timton has a +5.
Yes, sir. He does.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Lord. Lord! Oh, I know why. I remember why now. Hey, remember that kid that you...
Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
Oh no.
I knew this was coming.
The
What did you-
comeuppance.
Go jip that guard for me, boy.
Oh,
Remember that
gosh,
kid
your
you
life.
used for your bidding?
Yeah.
You get like a double down roll, like
Oh,
tried to roll to
he
help
did.
him out, and then
That
it just went
kid
worse.
got annihilated. I was like, so what happens to kids who get caught pickpocketing, beaten up, electrocuted in the streets? Kids screaming why?
Kid getting
Like,
stun
it
gunned
was
in the
horrible.
street.
Dude, and hey, these electro batons are
Child
not a
abuse in
fucking
our-
stun gun, bro. They're working your ass. Like,
Like cattle prods. Like, you fucked, bro.
He's gonna feel that in 10 years.
okay, kids.
Probably.
All right. So, I'm gonna make an offer here because we had
Okay.
eight sessions,
Okay.
and everybody's morality came up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody's emotional strength and weakness came up at least once. So
Okay.
technically everybody would have had that triggered, right? So
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you how many points you have,
Okay.
Okay.
but what I'm going to do is you can elect to cut your conflict in half, round it
Yep.
up, and then roll a regular D10 and take the plus or minus, or you can roll 2d10, you'll add them, and then play it like a normal conflict, just with 20 instead of 10.
Repeat the first option.
The first one, I'm not telling you how much conflict you have generated, but I'm going to cut your conflict in half
Okay.
and round it up if you have an odd number, and then you'll roll
Okay.
like normal. And I'm going to go
high rolling.
I'm going to go straight down the list here. Nox, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do the 2d10.
2d10.
Let's go.
Roll them fucking 2d10s.
Right. Big money, no whammies.
2d10 is actually. Yeah.
15.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's fucking go.
That's huge.
That's big as shit.
I
Okay.
think 2d10 is the way to go.
Raz, what are you doing?
Fucking 2d10, baby. Watch me
Oh.
roll 3. Let's go.
Watch him.
16!
16.
You guys are high roll. Let's go. June,
Fuck. That means my turn is about to be not so good.
what do you want to? Oh,
Holy shit!
Let's go!
and Timjen, what do you want to? Timjen, which option, Timjen?
Who's getting fucked?
Are you're gotta be shitting me.
It's so good.
Y'all,
That's so fucking
There's-
good.
y'all are no. Fuck. Okay. All right. So, the good news is, starting at the top, Nox.
Yes.
You were brave on Arcanus.
Okay. Yep.
You had the courage to release control over yourself. You had the courage to go after Sugan and stand up to him. But it wasn't enough to seek a peaceful resolution, maybe, with Gerudo. We didn't believe one could exist, and we were happy, maybe, that he suffered the fate that he did. And for that, we're at an even wash. So you will stay at 66 morality.
All right. Hell yeah.
Wow.
You said even wash?
Yep. Raz.
Everyone says, "Oh no."
Yes.
You could have flaunted your superiority over the opponents that you faced. Specifically, the traitor, the spy, I won't say spy, the turncoat from Sugan's forces. But you didn't. And you led him onto a better path because of it. There were some spots where touch and go, we had a little bit of fear creep in and power some of our decisions. But at the end of the day, things turn out just fine. So you will be going from 55 morality to 63.
That's huge.
You are a +8.
Let's go. Impressive.
June.
Fucking boy.
Is. I am he.
Your cleverness was in full force on Arcanus. Above ground, below ground, in between, it didn't matter. You had the solution to problems whenever they arose, and you kept a cool head throughout. And really, there was nothing for you to spite. Your enemies are far from here. You had no real challenges. The path lay true in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, your morality goes from 63 to 80.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Man.
I've been waiting so long, dude.
Boy, June.
So,
I've been waiting
Captain
so
Perry.
long, dude.
not only are you a
Oh,
paragon,
wow.
your strain threshold goes up by 1.
Really?
Correct.
That's awesome.
So go ahead and
I have
increase
to
your
change that on my
strain.
sheet, actually.
Yeah, from 12 to 13. And also, you get a free light side point in your destiny pool.
Oh my. Wow. Let me edit this real quick. That's awesome.
Tim.
Yes.
Tim Jimin.
We stepped into the deep end of the pool on Arcanus. We
did.
truly got to experience the deeper world of the Force in a major capacity, probably for the first time.
Truly.
And it was not without its challenges. And your pride was on full display. You were not going to allow these lowly criminal vagabond scum to hurt these innocent people. And you rallied and led a charge that will be talked about for ages, passed down in stories of survivors for years to come.
I sure hope so.
But we've been confused at times as well. We got advice that maybe wasn't so clear and acted on things that maybe were just a bit too hasty, and it snowballed.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
sometimes it all comes out in the wash. And we will go from 75 morale to 78 morale.
Ooh. Nice.
So, terrific rolls. I wonder if I can get a hold of Krish right now and get him to roll 2d10 for me.
He will.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Absolutely. Just curious.
Man, Knox, look at these fucking goody two shoe guys over here.
Right.
75 plus.
We're
Us real men in the 60s. Yeah.
We're making the
Real
we're making
both sides of the
money.
Force guys.
The hard-handed blue
I'm playing
collar.
both sides so that I always come out on top.
I like that. That's how that works. I like that.
All right. But, so, that actually, I think I'm going to start doing arc morality. I think this informs things a little bit more than doing it maybe every session or every couple of sessions, just because the numbers are starting to look big.
Also, it kind of reflects. Yeah, it reflects the decisions we're actually making.
Because it goes either way, and while we haven't left Arcanus yet, I don't assume is not far in the future. And I mean, you guys should feel like you have come out on the brighter side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, things were shitty, and a lot
We
of
leveled
bad
the
things
city up,
happened,
now
but
everything's better.
you didn't come out scarred from it. You didn't come out. And the city itself, I think I'll use it to inform Arcanopolis as well. The city itself comes out brighter for it as well, with the Royal Togruta fleet having its recovery efforts stationed here, with some Carillion forces, with the Act Dogs here as well. People are feeling hopeful. The ebb of the force right now is a positive one. The sun is shining through the dark rainstorm that has been covering this planet for the first time in months, since you guys first were in orbit of it many moons ago, above the opulence, or aboard the opulence. So, as a recap, last session, we escaped the caves.
We found out that Nora's a fucking clone.
Maybe. We found out a couple of things. But the first thing we found out is that House Anaris is facing serious repercussions for their false claims against the heroes of the slander, right? Against our heroes of Arcanopolis. We did a quick blood sample test. We found out that the Verdos blood comes from an individual Freybor Verdos. And then the Anor family blood is a match. And not only is it a match, but the holocron changes, the gatekeeper changes shape, changes form, and calls to Anra, or answers to Anra, as Alpha Reclaimant Orc. We also learned more about Oblivion and tied up a little bit about its current location over Vanway's Retreat.
What's Oblivion again?
Oh boy.
That was the seat of the High Reclaimant?
It's a giga spaceport, like, right? It's a starport, isn't it?
Okay. Have I been there?
In terms of what it actually is?
Mentally?
Like a station?
Yeah, space station. That's what it is. It's a giant fuck-off space station over Vanway's Retreat.
Correct. We tied in from Knox's research that it is attempting to crack the shell that exists around Vanway's Retreat.
Okay.
And we were on the Justicar, doing this away from the hubbub of the estate being, cleaned up and fixed from the fallout damage. And then also you guys, have your a night of rest, so your strain will be all recovered. You'll be up whenever the morning wakes you, and you guys have free reign of it. It is
Oblivion information. This was presented to us. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Presented to you? We knew a little bit.
How was it?
We knew a little bit from Knox, and then
this was something Knox. Okay.
Yeah, we knew a little bit from Knox, and then we knew a little bit from, I believe the Holocron told you guys a little bit as well.
Holocron, yep.
Holocron. Okay. Okay, we're all privy to this. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you are all. Yeah, you are.
Sorry,
all
I just got hung up on one thing.
No, you're good. And then we'll wait for Garrett to unfreeze and return to the land of the living. But is there anything other
Raz has
any
put together things.
any other business or any conversations you might want to have with party members or anybody else before we go any further?
I thought has that does Nox and June know about the unauthorized part of Dacklin's holocron? Did I tell you guys about the error message that I got? And the warning about Manway's retreat?
Did you ever
believe
share
it.
that? I don't remember.
I would have.
I don't think we did. At least not.
I can't remember 100%.
I know you didn't ask the holocron
Hi, future
the last
Chris.
session. Hi, future Chris.
Tell us the answer.
He's gonna be screaming.
He's gonna be so mad. I will say this: even though you had you got the restricted message originally, you did not bring it up last session while all the new shit was going on.
All the new shit happened very quickly at the end.
Yeah, so you did not ask any of the questions that you might now have access to again.
New plan. New plan. You guys don't need to know anything. New plan.
You ugly.
New plan.
You ugly for that. Now you see that's why Tim Jin don't trust.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. See, I'm
So Raz, what are you doing this morning?
I'm doing it for the team.
Is he lagging for anybody else?
He is
Yes.
lagging for me as well.
Me? Yeah, I have terrible fucking internet. I'm stealing it. My Spectrum fucking box came in and they didn't come install the wire, so I have to yell at customer service.
Stealing it in Minecraft.
Stealing into
In the
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But yes, Raz.
Gotta just change my mind so everything fucking somebody else go, please.
Now,
Okay.
I had one line of thought that was like fucking trash all that other shit. Now I'm like,
Now,
So is it like
It's
just
too
next
important.
morning or something?
yeah, it's. I would say if you're an early riser, I'm not saying you guys all wake up at the same time or anything like that, but you are back in your bunks, in your rooms on the Justicar, which is nice.
Sleeping late.
Am I still
For sure.
am I still the holder of the holocron?
I don't know what you guys did with it. That is
Because I
up
remember
for
I
you
was
guys
like,
to
I think we
decide.
leave it in.
Yeah, we usually leave it in his old room, right?
Which
Yeah,
is where I
Tim Jin
was.
Which is
Yeah,
where
so
it
I
is,
would-
yeah.
I would say yes then.
All right.
So this
Well, I'm-
morning, the weather generator is still, or weather generation field is still broken. It is snowing, but hardly. It's just kind of floating down. The clouds are very light. It's sparse on and off. Every now and again, you got rays of sunshine coming down.
Oy.
It's a nice day.
Nice.
But yes, Tempting, go ahead.
Yeah. So I go ahead and I grab the holocron. I open it up and I want to talk to Dacky boy for a little bit.
And as you focus in on it, as you focus in on it and activate the holocron, it spins open once again. This time, the figure, the gatekeeper, stays in its new altered shape from last night.
He's Darth Jackal.
So Dacklin. Holy shit! Everyone's breaking up. We all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Everyone here? All right, cool. But yeah. So
What may
Dacklin,
I assist you with?
I've got a question for you. So, what do you think? What is your opinion of the Jedi?
In what capacity?
So summarize it. What's your raw thoughts about the Jedi? What do you think? What do you think of their ways, their doctrine, what they teach?
It's an interesting question. I think that perhaps they were the closest to discovering the true nature of the Force, and were very close to achieving and inheriting that understanding permanently.
Now, another question I have for you. What is your opinion of the people who seek the path of the dark side?
Do you mean to ask me if Darksiders should be condemned, hated, or?
I'm more asking of your opinion. Do you hate them? Do you dislike them? Are there things that they followed or ideas that they had that you can subscribe to?
Timjin, you must understand. To hate a Darksider is to fuel them, is to make them stronger. That is what they want. Now, I know our steps have just begun. This new wide world is perhaps dwarfing your prior experiences. But you must understand that you cannot shy away from the dark side or its users. The Force is all encompassing. The dark side does not fall out of that sphere.
The other question I have for you. How do you view the path of the Force? Do you believe that it's a path of power or a path of insight?
These questions show true understanding. I'm very proud of you for that. This is something many don't even know to ask. And many strong Force users still have not asked. So I commend you. As I said earlier, the Force is all-encompassing. It is insight, it is power, it is weakness, it is futility.
So I want to be able to help my friends. And I want to be able to be more insightful. I want to get better at understanding the ways of the Force, but there's no teachers.
There are.
So there are? Where would I find a teacher?
Where knowledge can be found.
Like a library?
Perhaps. Allow me to tell you a story. In the infancy of the Jedi Order, when lightsabers still did not yet exist in the form as they exist now. And combat was between sabers crafted from material infused with the Force. They learned these fighting styles, these old masters, from watching creatures. They did not learn from someone just with knowledge of fighting. No, they went out and sought out teachers that existed in the universe already. So, for example,
I think I understand what you're saying.
For example, if I could find what I'm looking for, I would say, for example, we'll find it eventually.
It'd be like that.
Take Form 5, Xi'an, for example. This is known as the Way of the Crate Dragon, or the Perseverance form. This is a form that many use to prolong their life. This is something that is denoted, characterized by powerful attacks and stark defense. These powerful attacks coming by way of counterstrikes when the enemies have exerted all their force and are tired. Just as the Crate Dragon does. A Crate Dragon is an unstoppable force. You may attack and attack and attack, but eventually the counterstrike will come and you will fall.
I think I see where you're getting at.
And I do not mean to be cryptic either. There are Force users like yourself, much wiser, much stronger in the ways that you may seek out and learn from.
No, thank you. I find this to be very insightful.
It's my duty.
I'll make sure to reflect on what we've talked about. When I feel like there's other things I need to ask you about, I'll make sure to call you up.
As you should. Your dutifulness and journey will be of great use to this Anra that you call her.
In what way?
You wish to help your friends?
Mm-hmm.
She wishes very much the same.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thanks for your time, Declan. I'll go ahead now.
Choo. The corners twist back in, it floats back together and falls into your hand.
I guess I go ahead, I put that up, and then I kind of just reflect on what me and him talked about. We'd screen wipe to the next guy.
Anybody else?
Jim would try to make contact with Font.
Well, things are back up. Where would you like to call him at? You calling off the hollow table, or are you calling off the one in the Justicar?
I would call off the little, the makeshift comm center I had
Back
before we went into battle. And yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Up in the estate.
Yes.
Very good. So you have to tell your it's over here. Whoops. You have to tell your good mornings and all of that to pretty much the entire security crew and all the droids that have been turned back on and reactivated and doing their best to clean up.
They call it calf? Is that what they have coffee?
Yes, calf. Yes.
Yeah, I'd have my calf there.
The four-armed droid is from the kitchen that you guys dealt with upon sneaking in is more than happy to whip it up for you.
I'd
And
just be walking through like you'd see just like in an office, just going straight to work.
and this is no cheap calf. These are prime beans collected from the surface of Telos 4.
Excellent.
It's dark. It's ruddy. It's
Yeah.
has bits of sort of cherry oak drifting through,
I love that.
and it's stimulating. But yes,
You make
get
me
up,
thirsty.
close the door behind you, and I'll up a font. It rings for 5 times, and eventually, the blue-gray holographic image of a font appears.
Ifant, what news do you have?
Doom. Oh, it is glad. It is so good to hear from you.
And you as well.
Word has finally made it back about Gerudo's demise. I had not heard from you, and I had assumed the worst.
We were successful.
The video, some sort of security footage from drones of some kind have showed all over the sector of the opulence crashing into Arcanus. Leave it to you to figure out how to survive that.
It was not easy, Brent. And yourself, how goes Nalhada?
It goes. We are in ownership of the palace. And that is about it.
I see.
Things have not gone as smoothly as hoped. Forces here, the battle was much more pitched than originally intended. We did have extra help, however. One now self-proclaimed, I would assume, pirate extraordinaire, Wish Kinu, was happy to offer himself and his crew's services to the cause, and they were instrumental in getting us through the gates surrounding the prison, the wall surrounding the palace, I should say.
Good.
So we possess the throne currently. Things inside are gaunt, for lack of a better word.
Where are these negative sentiments coming from? The workers? Contractors?
There is hardly anyone left.
On
From
both sides?
what I can assume, from both sides, yes. Our forces have completed what they came for, and many have returned to whatever place of business or home they call to lick their wounds, of which there were many. It seems that perhaps Gerudo was planning on a much more intensive and widespread operation on Arcanus. He left nearly nothing behind.
I see.
Now, I've done my best on the computer systems. He attempted to wipe many databases, or had someone wipe many databases, and clear communications records and things of that nature. But there's one thing that I've always said that I'm good for, and it's slicing. And I was able to find some communications between himself and some clan members of his own, as well as, interestingly enough, one Averon Cole of the Galactic Order.
Really?
It seems that they were in great need of precious minerals.
What minerals in particular?
Diamonds.
Well, that makes sense then.
And being as Arcanus, the sector is a border sector into Galactic Order territory, I can see why this plan ended up developing the way it did.
Mm.
It would have been very, very lucrative to both of them.
But
And at the time,
yeah,
there was no opposition. It makes sense.
it didn't seem like the operation was that far advanced yet, though. At least not from what I saw here, under the city.
We'll have to take your word for it, but the sheer amount of loading droids and shuttles that Gerudo had purchased from his personal accounts over the last 6 months dwarf intergalactic shipping companies.
See.
And I assume he used them first to load up everything he could from here onto the opulence to make the move.
That makes sense.
But it's not all bad news. We have a considerable seat of power. It still means something. That's good and bad. I'm sure his clan will want to save face one way or another. I've not had contact from any of them yet. I assume they are probably waiting for coverage to blow over first. Furthermore, there are emergency funds. Were we to strip the defenses of the palace to very basic forms, get rid of the terminals left behind, as well as cut out some of the carved art pieces, as well as the columns and such, we can probably come up with maybe 70, 80,000 credits.
The shuttles. Do you know what happened to the shuttles?
I believe they were on the opulence.
All of them.
It does not have any manifests or anything like that. Just the bulk order from the Kuwait drive yards.
I see.
And that has been filled over months. That's been a steady supply on the way in.
Font, in your spare time, of which I'm sure there's little, see if there is anything unfulfilled by the original order for those shuttles that could potentially be useful for Enterprise in the future. In the meantime, I'll be sending members, Mandalorians, over to collect a 20,000 gold or credit bounty. They will also be contracted workers. We need to have income to stabilize. I want you to try and retain as much of the technology and infrastructure, especially the defenses of the palace, that you can. Strip everything else. The opulence needs to be cut out. Sell it all. But if we're going to run and maintain a working operation here, we need to have what's left over. We'll be doing jobs, transport, security, some of the things that Gerudo was already doing. Try and cut out the illicit activities where possible.
Well,
we can't change everything overnight, but
that is good news. You mentioned that as well. I know originally the plan was to perhaps entertain maybe the spice trade. That is not something we will have to worry about. There is not a smuggler in the sector who wants to tie his name to this estate currently. I've asked.
Good.
So, we will, if not saying that we want to, but in the future, if illicit business activities are a goal, we may have to build that. But if we have a crew of Mandalorians on the way, I assume the transport and security rigs will be just fine.
excellent. I'll have them make way as soon as possible.
Now, there is, of course, other forces. Are we wanting to stay contractual?
For now, yes.
Okay.
The operation will run as smoothly as possible if we change as little as we can. So keep what is working, and we'll foster the rest. We need to grow the flame from the little ember we have remaining.
Very well. Is there anything else? And do please visit soon. We'll need to put your name on the flaghead.
I assure you it's my utmost priority. I'll get there as soon as I can. And then, when the Mandalorians do arrive, give them... How many remain in the Mandalorian party?
Let me double check. I believe it is 6 out of 12.
Give them...
And to be fair, well, go ahead.
Give their leader... No, give them, individually, 2,000 credits each for their professionalism. Additionally, I feel that will go a good distance.
So fulfilling the contract that you mentioned.
20,000 plus the 2K bonus for each individual member.
Okay, so comes out to 32.
Yeah, I want them to know. I want them besides the leader to know, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
In hopes that should the leader try and double cross, potentially, hey, we got good money coming in. So who knows?
Very good. And I will say that the rooks have already packed up and left overnight.
Made their way. Okay.
Yeah, after you guys cleaned up, unless I saw that, Garrett. Unless, of course, you need to talk to them, then they can leave.
One last thing.
Okay, good. Then they'll stay. They're still they're packing up in the garage. We'll go to that next. But they are heading straight there after this. Also, this is saved perhaps the best for last.
What do you have?
Information that may be troubling.
What might that be?
Nitamarsk Nork of
Mhm.
Tyrena Northeast, Deshtuni of Corvella, and Marzek Trugrim, the Duro sector live.
They live, but they no longer remain on the premises.
They have not been on the premises, but word on the street is they've combined forces and are looking to establish a bulkhead on Corellia in the waves of retribution from the Galactic War.
I see. Like under control, the Galactic Order out of character.
Those are the 3 remaining Hidden Hand lieutenants.
Hand members, yeah. And they want to get retribution against them.
You are not sure.
But what the phrase that you said at the very end there? What was it again? At the end of his.
He was just talking about since the Galactic Order has been bombing Corellia and things are really shitty.
Yeah.
They're looking to fill the vacuum.
Okay. Makes sense.
Now, in case your memory has dulled any, these 3 are probably, being all young guns, are chomping at the bit to make their claim. I do not know if or what Boss Crag is up to.
I understand.
I have not seen his name in any HoloNet or any spheres that I'm aware of.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Would be cautious. I'm sure he assumed that all of the Hand perished in his plan. I doubt he will be happy to learn that that is not the case. And if your name comes up, you may get caught up in this once again.
I understand.
Is there anything else you would like me to handle? Planet side.
Are there any ships on the palace possession?
Ships.
Any functional ships?
Freighters, starfighters.
Freighters.
Freighters.
Anything at all?
We have one.
Well, I expect when they arrive, the Mandalorians will need transportation, as theirs has been ruined in the wake of the fighting planet side.
He has a long snouted, big toothed grimace. I hope they are a fan of heavy cargo freighters, and perhaps not used to excellence or opulence of any kind.
They don't strike me as the type 2B, but this may be our first potential source of income. They can rent it from us, for as long as they see fit.
Very good. I will keep you updated on any potential business opportunities or avenues. If your directives change, all it takes is a call, and it will be done.
Thank you.
And I'll leave you with this. The sooner you come, the sooner this mantle of responsibility is removed from my shoulders.
We are on the way.
It is becoming quite heavy.
Understand.
Thank you, my friend.
Of course.
And his big crocodile face disappears from the hall.
Great face to have whenever you're taking over a seedy underbelly.
Yeah, if only he was, actually combat-oriented at all.
Exactly. He looks key.
If only he knew how to do anything but type.
I just love that we're all playing Skyrim and Joom is in Crusader Kings or Age of Empires.
All right. Nox.
So good. Yeah, I will catch up with Scone before they leave. Scone, word.
Hey, kid.
Listen, I know the whole reason you guys came here was you were looking for me and the traitor, Driz. We're gonna be heading to Nar Shaddaa, and I'm gonna find out whether or not he is a traitor to this new Mandalore. If I find him, when I find him, should I bring him somewhere? Do the Mandalorians have a court of any kind? Is there a place that he could be judged?
Yeah, kind of has a little crooked half smile under his helmet. A little vocabulator, cough, or scoff, really. Take him back to Mandalore.
Mandalore, the planet, or the person?
The planet.
Okay.
Now,
Hello? Yeah, what up?
understand. Also, Will, you're not muted.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm playing D&D with my buddies. What's good?
All right,
Will!
Motherfucker, Will.
Will!
just server mute him.
Yeah.
There we go. Ah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I'm playing a little D&D with the boys.
Yeah, okay.
That's funny.
I'm proud of
But
you.
Was
anyway,
muted the whole time and then unmuted.
I probably so. Probably fucking so.
Hilarious.
What
That's
did I
literally
say?
so funny.
Oh, but understand. Those are the diehards. Those are the one banner, one kin. Stand united, like.
Okay.
If you take him there, he might not be coming back.
Understood. Honor is life, right?
Right.
With no
And-
honor?
So you might want to figure out just exactly what your pops thinks he was doing.
Before you go, what do you know about Mandalore? This new one. Is he worth following?
He mulls it over for a second. To me, there's not a war happening that requires us to follow someone. Now, yes, he gave the call. We should be united. But when you look in our history, frequently the reason we were united was for conquest. It's because we had a battle to fight. We had something to unite for, to prove our way. If you ask me, I don't think there's really a way for us to prove right now, or a way for us to prove our path right now. What are we gonna think about? We're gonna charge into the core of the nascent, destroyed New Republic that's barely hanging on? We're gonna go fight through the swaths of the destroyed First Order and reclaimed new public image? Are we gonna fight the Jedi? If there's any of them left, not counting you
Yeah.
all.
Well, we aren't.
There's not some droid army for us to, not that we would, but for us to rise up and defeat. What point is there to be under a banner? Family? We have ours. All right here. I don't exactly think your old man was wrong. But the way he went about things might have been a touch off flavor.
Well, I will find him. I guess it just depends on what he has to say. Well, take care of yourself, the rest of you. We might meet again, since you're working, I guess, for our good friend June.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I think he's blowing smoke up my ass.
Time will tell. No doubt about it.
Fuck yeah.
Now,
I love that phrase.
say this. Well, I'll leave you with this. From what I can pick up, this Drizz was all you had for a long time.
Yeah.
You might need to look if you still need him. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Warrior!
Dold, you stay safe, all right?
It seems we're leaving and ready to depart.
Seems so.
You've proven yourself as a grand warrior. And I would be remiss if our blades were never to cross.
I look forward to it.
Before we can, you must complete your armor. The very minuscule second you do so, use this. He puts a tracking beacon in your hand.
Okay.
Does his boss know he's doing this?
Scome's watching him do it.
Okay.
This will lead you to the place where I prove my worth. And we will have a duel between the eyes of my forefathers.
Believe me when I say, I can't wait. By the way, where should I go about getting armor as well? Y'all weren't super clear about that last night.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, I guess.
And they head off into a little transport vessel. This one's just a little air speeder bus. Looks like it's going to take them to a shuttle that'll get them to get them out of orbit. Raz.
So, I spoke to Mr. Beauty. You were on the phone, Dick.
I thought that I had my shit muted. I'm sorry.
Wait.
You were muted. Then you muted yourself to mute yourself.
Yeah, I just unserver muted you. You're good. This is what people come to watch. You know,
Felt like I was in timeout.
you were, because you were having a phone conversation at max volume into the heads.
Oh, not much. Playing D&D with the boys.
Playing some D&D with the boys.
I thought my shit was muted with this little thing, man.
All good, dude. All good, man. No worries.
Man.
And I was yelling at you,
plan on
dude.
doing an 8-ball later.
Yeah, I could not I could not get you to hear me, dude. I was like, Will!
Fuck.
Will! Wait, Raz, yes.
So,
Raz, what was
all
it?
right. Raz wakes up and collects his thoughts.
What time?
Van Way's retreat. This was spoken to. Excuse me.
What time you?
What time I wake up?
Early in the morning.
What time did we go to bed?
I assume you guys were probably up a little bit later, dealing with the holocron and with the Anra. Probably not ready to go to sleep yet, so maybe a little bit, maybe midnight.
Raz was kind of guy to, try and get out, get a little skim practice in the morning. Maybe before school and shit, or at least tune up the skimmer kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Raz sleeps like 6 hours. He's that kind of guy. The guy I can't be. So 6. Van Way's retreat, was that spoken to me by Declan himself or just the holocron? I believe just the holocron, right?
Just the
What was that?
holocron, yes. Before it changed.
Just the holocron. Now, Declan dying was spoken to us about Declan himself or the holocron. Declan dying and then coming back to life.
I believe Declan himself told you about that.
And the holocron Declan was able to describe Van Way's retreat, the experience of Van Way's retreat to Roz. Or did he just say, do not?
He said,
was he able to describe anything?
He said,
I
under
can't
no circumstances are you to go to Van Way's retreat.
Was that all that was spoken about Van Way's retreat?
Yes. Originally, whenever you had that conversation, yes.
We learned.
So everything else originally, whenever you asked,
trying to
was
break
restricted information.
Van Way's retreat.
And then instead of, you didn't get the restricted info tag whenever you asked about Van Way's retreat. The tag you got was, you are never to go there. And that was not last night. That was a couple weeks ago or whenever you used it. Actually asked that question last.
Okay. So. Yeah. Right. I'm trying to justify Van Way's retreat. Only mentioned that was the first time we would have heard the word Van Way's retreat, right? Apart from the Oblivion trying to break into Van Way's retreat.
Yes. And Knox would have shared the info.
The Oblivion
he got a little
retreat.
You got a lot of information about it last night in the conversation
it was just that
with Anna.
They were there.
Yes. The actual what it's like or anything like that, you didn't really learn anything about.
So we know Declan died. Did Declan mention what it was like to die and then come back?
Hey, future Chris.
I feel like I'm fishing a little much. Hold on.
No. I don't think you are.
Hold on, I can make this better.
No, relax.
That's my boy, future Chris, right there.
I want to say yes because he mentioned
the ballroom, right? Oh no, that was whenever he actually died.
He would have mentioned how it happened and that it was like an abomination that never should have happened.
Him coming back?
Yeah. Because it was like the dark side ability, he mentioned that Ossic killed one of their other friends to bring Declan back, like transferred life transfer. Essence. Yeah. So he would have explained that.
How was that at the table, by the way?
Wild as fuck. We'll talk about it.
Did Chris want to kill that guy?
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We can cover that more in depth. little bit.
So
Where'd Will's camera go?
okay.
I was
What?
picking my nose. I didn't want
Here's
anyone to
a
see.
shot. This one's a shot. It's gonna rattle himself.
My man! Oh, sorry, guys. It's just resetting. Oh, dude, I was digging for gold, and I didn't want it to be recorded. Man. My man!
Do something rude.
All right, Dom. We're having trouble getting through this.
Okay. No, this is good because I needed time.
Oh, good.
What is the common thought of the afterlife throughout the universe, or specific to Gleanslam and Rod? What do we
Okay,
believe
so
happens when
it
we
changes a lot. So, like, there isn't anything. It is very cultural, just like in real life. It's very cultural dependent. Different planets, different species have different beliefs. If they have any sort of natural sort of force inclination, generally they have like a afterlife, right? On Glee,
I'd imagine everything else is just
I would say this is probably
Not
your call to make. Because I
the
don't,
Hindu my call.
because I would say that I highly doubt that there is any religious breakdown for Glee, but I'm gonna look.
The only thing I
Because
can
I'm
think of is like
sniffing
that
for a tree to go barking up right now.
the Night Sisters had an afterlife thing, I think.
What's
The
that?
Night Sisters do believe. The Corellians believe in like a positive and a negative afterlife. So you do bad things, you go to like a hell.
Yeah.
Right? So
You know, it'd be cool for Glee. What's the thing from Nemo? The turtles are in, like the transatlantic current,
yeah,
like a big current. You're just
I
constantly.
could see. And honestly, like that kind of falls in with the Force, and I
Big
mean,
friendly
they
ocean.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say that I don't think it's would be uncalled for them to have some kind of like cultural view of the afterlife. I think that makes sense to me.
When you come out of the current, you're back in the room. Okay, so Raz would more than likely be indoctrinated to the afterlife. Raz is curious where or what was with Declan during the time of his death up to his resurrection. Not randomly curious, but there are more pokey things pointing him in that direction, I believe. And how am I going to approach this? I sit down. And I place in front of myself all of my like significant belongings.
Which is like
Things
what?
that always stay on me. Like, I'd imagine
Empty in the pockets.
I need some like knick-knacky thing that I keep on me all the time.
What do you?
Maybe like something from home. Something from home that Raz would want. Raz would keep something from home on him. What would we keep home? A
Or bone?
ooh, a thank you brave for like something to press like one of my nautilin tentacles with from the family that I saved the kid from the vein
Does it?
from. I'd like to place those three things out in front of
Gotcha.
you.
Do you carry it with you because it doesn't fit anymore?
Ooh. Yeah, because
Saved it whenever you were a
Raz
kid.
wouldn't be wearing it.
Yeah, you weren't done growing.
And it's too much of a keepsake.
Okay, so what were the other two?
Yeah.
Your little your tentacle wrap,
my lightsaber and the seed.
and the seed. Ooh. Ooh. So you place them out. You're in your bunk room.
I like to place it in front of me in my bunk room.
Okay.
And this kind of waking period for myself. Very curious as to what happened back when he passed. This is something that catches. All these weird things are happening, and we can find out. But Declan was able to go somewhere and then come back, and it feels like a gap of information. Right? It feels like we need any information we can get into something Raz is willing to explore, and to do that, he's willing to look at his own understanding of what would happen if he would die as the stepping stone to try and bridge the gap of what happened when Declan died. Of course, using meditating and putting
Of course,
body and mind into trying to find an answer.
Get your discipline dice put.
Okay.
You are, of course, going to add your force die.
Gotcha.
This is going to be a daunting check. 4 purples. Now, we have your lightsaber, the seed, the head wrap. I would say that these 3 things, all combined, all focused, all in tune with who you are worth I would say another 4 star. So add another 4 star.
That's my deal, man. Let's go.
You may roll your pool whenever you're ready.
All right.
Holy moly, what a lot of picks.
Yeah, bro.
2 failures, 1 advantage.
Shit.
4 light side, 2 dark side. Now, here's the kicker.
This is
Here's the kicker.
about death.
Here's the kicker. You needed 2 dark side pips to be able to complete this job.
All of them.
So you don't technically spin those, but you need them, right? So they don't count as successes. You needed them to activate, right? So you still have, you want to spend all your light side pips, they give you 2 successes.
Oh. Okay. And a dark side.
Well, you have to use those. So that wasn't a choice.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well. Yeah. smash it all in.
This is a battle. It takes a long time to detach from your reality. It takes a long time to get outside of your body. But eventually it happens. And first you're looking for the anchor point. You're thinking about whenever you were really young, 6, 7, you barely were no longer a tadpole, right? Your mom's father passed away, and you asked her, how come Grandpa's not waking up? When's Grandpa gonna come back? And that was the first time you can remember that you ever had the concept of dying and going someplace else explained to you as a child. So you find that, and you can still hear your mother's words to you, your mother's explanations through tears and, choke back sobs every now and again. And from that anchor point, you dive deeper. And to find what you're looking for, you search and search first for Declan. He's talked to you before. He's contacted you through the Force before. You're trying to recreate that as best as you can. And eventually you find him. And it feels different. It doesn't feel like whenever you were beneath the throne. It doesn't feel like when you were on the steps. It doesn't feel like whenever you were in the shuttle on Samovar, holding the seed for the first time. It doesn't feel like whenever you're in the streets of Coruscant, holding a crashing starfighter above the streets and crowds of innocent people with your mentor. And you have a hard time reconciling that. How Declan feels to you right now is different than anything that you have thought you know or knew before. And the reason it's so difficult is because you know that this is true. Force doesn't lie. So it's showing you, or you have peered into the truth. You found Declan at his core. You don't know where he is. You just know that Declan Verdos himself has not become one with the Force.
Mm.
And that launches you into an abyss deeper than you could ever imagine. You open your eyes. You're not in the Just car. You're in some brushed steel hallway. Looks prefab. The edges are shorn away jaggedly, like it's just a space at a time. There stands a Chiss, an Arcanian, a human, and a Pantorn, all in front of you. Hate made manifest is arcing through the human's body on the ground as he writhes lifeless. This manifest hatred causing his now dead nerves to react posthumously. Grief
That's
fills
raw.
the face of the Arcanian. And you know he's broken beyond repair. This has severed something in him that can never be fixed. Beyond the cracked, jagged hallway behind you, or in front of you here, behind them, is laughter. Evil laughter. Really a cackle. And it's ominous. It pierces all of them and fades away, but leaves a shadow that reaches on forever. And you see the change happen right in front of you. Whoever the Arcanian was before then died with Dak. And he reaches out a four-fingered hand to the left of him, and the Pantoran grabs for his throat as he's lifted off the ground. You fall out of the hallway. Taking an involuntary step back from the scene happening before you, and you plummet. Deeper even yet. And a red haze fills every fiber of your being, every inch of your sight, every decibel of your hearing is red. Misty wisps and accumulates into a figure. One that you don't know.
It's not any of the four that were there before.
It is not.
Was it
And
the
another figure.
Arcanian?
It's not. Another figure coalesces. Now in sort of like an Atlas pose. Kneeling, arms either being held up or holding up something imperceivable to you. This figure you recognize. This figure is Daclyn. The other figure softly slides a hand underneath his chin. Tilts his head up very gently, like he couldn't do it himself. He can't do it himself. Words are exchanged, but you cannot hear them. And abjectly, hurriedly, sharply, Daclyn, the figure you saw as him, is junted out of this space. He doesn't wisp away, he doesn't do anything like that, he just is no longer there. And you feel, not hatred, not anger, but you feel slight. Someone has been stolen from. You climb back into the hallway. The Pantoran has been reduced to ash. Daclyn has an orange saber pointed at the throat of the Arcanian. The Chiss has a yellow and a green saber out and pointed at the Arcanian as well. you wake up and you feel like you just got out of a fishbowl.
This happens often.
Yeah.
As you come to and get your breathing back underway, you notice something. One of your items is missing.
Which
You look everywhere for your braid. You don't know where it's been or where it went. You don't know what happened to it. And as you look and you look and you look, eventually you pick up the saber. It's been recrafted. I need you to make a knowledge lore check for me. It is a
What the-
average difficulty, 2 purples.
fuck?
You will have a boost die, and you can add your force die.
This is a lore check, a boost die, 2 purples, and my force die.
Great. Oh, 3 purples actually. 3 purples.
3 purples. All right. 3 purples, 2 force die, my lore check, and my boost die. Excuse me. Oh yeah. You lucky it's in combat.
Give me just a moment.
My dick is rock
Okay,
fucking hard right now.
so
By the
you
way.
have a threat.
Declan got murked.
Bro, Declan got zipped out of the afterlife. Like, bitch.
Writhing on the floor, cackling, lightning.
Oh, you know,
Declan got-
you know who that is.
Declan got murked.
I got an
Can
idea.
at the Emperor's
You know who the fuck that is.
Declan got wetted
It's
up.
her, the Emperor's
That's big. That's big. Big Papa paid him a visit. They said, "Why the fuck y'all
The
messing
eight.
with my pathway world between worlds? Y'all got to get the fuck out of here. Y'all messing with shit. Y'all messing with my damn timeline. Where the fuck y'all up?"
That's fucking crazy.
Declan got
That's-
wet.
And then the boy got wet up. And then-
Declan got wet up.
That's
Okay.
such a cool fucking turn of events for that shit to happen, bro. Fuck, that's awesome.
I got huge KOTOR flashbacks.
Good.
Oh man, y'all campaign fucking dope.
Okay. Fuck. Where is it?
One of my favorite scenes of like City is tearing asses whenever he's fighting Maul and his brother.
Oh boy, ooh, boy, he was enjoying himself. Buddy was having a good time. God
Oh, yeah.
damn, he was having a great fucking time waxing them kids, man.
I saw the Cut City. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The Cut Sidious fight from episode 3 that was cut, where like he takes on the Jedi Council by himself.
Yeah,
Dude,
That was
What
a
a-
cut
what a
fight. There was a cut
crime.
fight.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
dude, you should
It
check
just came out. Like some behind the scenes stuff just came out.
with like they switched it because they wanted Lucas wanted close-ups of the actors,
Mm.
and like they had
What?
stunt people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
this is
so-
a 1v9?
So one threat. Your
Just give it to me
lightsaber
straight.
is heavy. All that means is
Heavy.
the encumbrance increases by 1. So now it quite literally, you feel it on you at all times. It has a weight to it now. So it actually counts against your encumbrance value, which I don't think it did before, where it was like a 1.
What does that even mean?
So
Yeah, I'm not
now-
sure what my original encumbrance rating was.
It should
'cause
be
I
1.
don't know if this would push me to a 2.
It should be
a
1,
2.
it should be 2 now. Also,
Okay.
you no longer, I forget what the ability was actually called. It no longer requires two hands. So it is heavy, but it has been balanced. So originally, whenever you made your Kodachi, it was like that because you needed both hands. Now the form stays the same, but you have solved the original problem. Was it gracious? Maybe not. But one other thing. As you're looking at it.
Thanks, Declan.
As you're looking at it, you notice as you pull away the parts, just to double check and make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, in your underneath your hilt, underneath your hand, where the crystal sits, just below the emitter. Somehow the cords have wound their way through this chamber. And whenever you pull off the cover to check, it's like it ejects the crystal on purpose from the chamber.
So my cord. Hold on. Well,
now
explain the what happened with the ejection. What did I do to get it to eject?
You were just checking the chamber to make sure everything was okay. So as you were pulling the parts away, and so like I assume you either the hilt either unscrews or however the construction is, right?
Yeah,
Whenever you pull it down to check, it's just like boop, like a bundle, like there was tension of it, and it pushes the crystal out of the emitter chamber, like it was supposed to happen.
This is something that didn't happen previous with my crystal. The crystal was embedded into the lightsaber, wasn't it?
Well, you can change the crystals out, but they go into the little emitter chamber, so you can take the crystal out and readjust it and things like that. So it isn't like stuck and then stays in there permanently. You can change them out, take them out.
Okay.
But they are supposed to be secure
like
in the emitter, yeah, in the chamber, yeah.
Can I?
It is easy enough to just put the crystal back in. You can, if you feel the tension, sort of like
check the crystal.
Looking at, well, how do you want to check the crystal? I should ask, I guess.
The crystal. Okay, so the crystal's still in its holder.
It is not. It pops out.
Right, and
you
I can
catch it, but
click it back in.
Yeah. You go to do
as if
so,
it's just like a slot, like the whole crystal is in my hand. Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't like snap into place. It's not like a ram stick. They have to be aligned, right? What?
With the difference in the weight and kind of construction. Okay. Like when I grab the crystal, of course, I noticed the changes with the lightsaber. So, is there anything significant in the crystal that I would notice? I would also probably ignite it as soon as I put the crystal back in to check all the way. Because these crystals were saying that we had to
are you
kind
checking,
of expel
correct. Are you checking physically, or are you
I'm a
checking...
little wary of it.
Yeah, are you looking over it physically, or are you looking over it with the force, with your senses?
I believe a quick,
visual looks totally fine. Looks like it did whenever you put it in. It has that kind of, it has the seafoam tinge to it.
Or I kind of try to get into the force with it. Totally the same.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
So with
a crystal and check the force, just like any evil.
Gotcha. So looking for that, go ahead. Give me a discipline check with your force die. It is a formidable check. So that's 5
force
purples.
Die, and that is...
And I'm going to upgrade one. So 1 red, 4 purples.
this fucking pool right here, bro. If I pull out this pool, RPG sessions is just it's coded for me, man. Just holy shit. Did it work? I'm lagging.
No.
Okay.
Oh my.
That's expected.
That is
No.
quite a pool.
Change. Perfect.
You are still a little bit in.
Then click it back in, kind of. Post brain fucking.
Right.
Eat a cigarette and tea.
Yeah. So, nothing jumps out at you or anything like that. And even looking into it, you sense the purification that you guys did succeeded. You know, you expelled some of the torturing of the crystal out, and it has restored its natural connectivity to the force. And it is that simple. I mean, you nestle it in between or onto the cords in the chamber, slide the hilt back and screw everything, put it all back together. Make sure your switch emitter is lined up and in place, and everything's back on, and you thumb it on, the long hilt, and then the long seafoam green blade extends like normal.
Can this be flavored as I can use it in one hand and it's heavier in my one hand, however, the same weight in two hands, or is it heavier in two hands?
It can be whatever you want. It just the requirement of using both hands no longer exists.
Just a statue. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're slicing it nice.
And the braid's still on, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It has become entwined with your saber.
Okay. Then I will do as Raz must do after a intense thinking session and take a shower.
Yeah. I will actually say that, Roz, as you were leaving your room, the other three of you, Joom, you finish your call, everybody else finishes their stuff, and it's about like the lunch. It's like 12:31, and you guys haven't seen Raz yet, which is really uncharacteristic. So you guys go to find him, and he's walking out of his dorm, heading towards the refresher, looking like he's like just got done with like the most intense cardio workout of all time.
Hey, Ruz, you missed lunch. What did? Oh, you working out in there? You could have told me.
Yeah. It's
I was
kind
thinking
of
about
weak.
getting up.
It's a little embarrassing.
Well,
You want Pilates in there?
I'm scared of the gym, Knox.
Not the
I
Pilates.
don't like being in public.
Oh no.
You look.
How disheveled do I look?
Very. If your tentacles acted like hair, they would be like.
No, I'm just gotta stay in shape.
You look closer to hungover than you do like post workout.
All right. Well, hey,
You know, it's been tough here. I haven't been sleeping as good.
we still got the food out. I mean, you could probably do you some good. You okay?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I just need to eat. I have a shower. You know, it's been crazy. There's a lot of, you know, it's weird having to interact with all these force beings. It's like I'm sensitive now. It takes a lot out of me.
You had a vision, didn't you?
Yeah.
He can only lie for so long. He can only lie to you guys about having visions for so long.
That felt so natural.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Yes, I do.
I'll like move a plate in front of like an open spot on the table. Like, all right, tell us about it.
All right. So a lot's happened over the last couple of days, but I can't. And any time I find the inspiration, I try to look for answers, right? And I've been really thinking recently about what happened to Declan when he was revived by Osik, right? Because that story, you guys been hearing it, right? He died, and then he was brought back to life. And, you know, I've spoken to some friends, family about what it's like to pass on, but you don't know until you go. And Declan seems like the kind of guy that would know. So I tried to explore that. And there was a lot to see. I got to see Osik trade a life for Declan's, like he said. Except it was, I was there. And then I was, it's hard to explain. I was almost a part of the force, but it was red and angry. I got to see a figure.
Quick correct, wasn't angry. What's not?
Was it angry? Did I just what? Give me that descriptor back of the this energy. Just red.
Correct.
Just red. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And then I got to see. Declan get. It sounds crazy, but like I think, okay. I don't know if I saw. I think.
Spit it out, boy.
You also just want to.
I got to see Declan come back from wherever he was. I realize I'm lagging now to you guys.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's all right. We can make out the
We can
majority
kind
of it.
bridge the gap. Yeah.
And just so Roz would know that Declan was dead.
Yeah, I saw him on the fucking ground. Yeah. Let's see. I got to see Declan's passing, and then his revivification.
Wait, you telling me that?
But I also got to see kind of. Oh yeah, Timson. I don't think we told you that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's all right. Y'all leave me out of a lot of things. Continue.
Well, if you would have been a part of the cult earlier, you would have known more things.
You would have been a higher tier cultist.
You're right.
You could pay $20.99 a month instead of $40
for the diamond.
Oh. So yeah, Timson, Declan, his previous, well, I say previous, he did have those years of exile, so yeah, probably his last, party, his group of friends, his adventurers, the people he kind of ran with, right? They were all near and dear to each other. And when it was time for Declan to go, from when I got to witness, it was too much for Declan's dear friend.
And also, Raz, you would know that the Arcanian was Osik.
Yeah. So it was too much for Ostic to take, and instead of letting Daclin go, he chose to trade another's life for Daclin, which to
You can do that.
to speak good of Daclin, he was not happy about that. It was not something that it looked like he agreed to at all.
I don't think he would.
Dead.
Yeah.
It also
Unconsensual
just
resurrection.
it's also just from what I've seen and heard, trying to bring somebody back from the dead would be completely unnatural. It's almost like a slap in the force of space, in my opinion.
So what happens when someone is denied becoming one with the Force?
It's a trade. Someone must become one with the Force in his place.
But what happens
But
to
I
Daclin
didn't get the
now?
name
Yeah.
of who it was. I only saw him.
It was the Pantoran, right?
Any significance in how this Pantoran looks, talks, acts, walks, whatever in this scene that I saw?
Not to you guys, no.
Could he have had a sense of their morality?
They were. I would
I
say
got to feel that Osik kind of
you felt
he died when he did that to Daclin,
be-
like revive
to
Daclin,
be
like that good in Osik.
to be very clear. Raz witnessed the birth of Darth Noxless, the death of Osik.
Yeah.
So also became Darth Noxless. Okay.
Correct.
Wait a minute. Okay.
And it was that event that sent him over the edge?
Correct.
Gotcha.
And
Also, I got one question.
And I would say the Pantoran was, out of everyone there, he and Daclin were both in the middle. The Chiss was very light-sided, and Osik at that time was pretty much already on the way gone.
Wow. Okay.
So, question: this Osik guy, who the hell gave him the name Darth, or did he just start calling himself that?
I've only known him as Darth Noxless, and when he introduced himself to me, it was Noxless.
Yeah, no, I'm asking out of character. Sorry.
Oh, out of character?
I wasn't saying with the Tim Jin voice.
Yeah,
RP guy.
Because I know that. Because
Be
I know
a
that
character.
Because I know that Darth is a title that's attributed to Sith. So I don't know. Does he consider himself a Sith, or do you just take the name? I don't know. I was just curious.
So, fun fact.
Darth was like cool form or something.
Fun fact. That happens in like a few months before Return of the Jedi. So effectively, he begins life as an Inquisitor under a new name. Return of the Jedi happens. Other things that I can't divulge to you happen. He assumes the title.
I see. Okay.
Once per session, when this power kills a target, may restore one engaged character who died this encounter back to life. Each character gains 7 conflict.
No way. No way. He just
It is
murked his
amazing.
friend.
God.
So, question.
Jacob was evil back then.
Yeah, way back.
That was not my choice. Also, to be fair, and I want this to be known to those watching and to you guys.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Chris.
And Chris can account for this. I asked Jason, was the Pantoran, who was playing at the table with us. It's like,
You killed another player character?
Yeah. This was a PC.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was an NPC in the party.
The fuck?
What?
Hell no, that was a player, baby. I said, Jason, it's your final say, no matter what. The Osik wants to do this. You don't have to have this happen at the end of the day. Like, if this is,
You can
like
resist
that. Well, not even resist it. Like, you can just say,
Player
no, we're
autonomy.
not doing this. Exactly. And he said, no, this
Okay.
can happen. I said, sweet. Get marked, kid. And then he rolled the check.
Our
and
boy.
He rolled the check, and I'm
Fucking
talking
game.
like, I think Osik only had, I think he had 3 4-star at the time, which was a shitload, especially in our game. And I'm like, his intellect was 4 or 5, and harm
Big brain.
scales off of intellect, and he got like 5 dark side pips and dumped them all. Like, so he dealt
Good
20 damage, like, and it was just not even, it wasn't even close. Because that mastery one I read off, you don't have to use pips for it. The power just has to kill somebody.
Damn.
So
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
And he let it happen. That's insane. Why would you trade your character for another? Impossible.
impossible task.
No,
Anyways,
we thank that soldier for his sacrifice.
fun
No,
fact,
do.
this is out of character knowledge. Roz left the amulet that's the pathway to that power at his mom's house. Moving on. That's it. The amulet,
my
Doom
friends and
all of a
shit when
sudden
they don't want to come
believes we
back.
should go to Gliansel.
the amulet of heal harm
The cycle.
at home with Raz's mom.
Now my mom's gonna nuke Nox to bring me back to life in the cycle.
Fuck
Now
yeah.
everyone- now people are gonna nuke your mom.
Here we go again.
Well,
Wow.
any other questions from the Peanut Gallery in character?
I did
or out
have
of character?
one.
Go ahead.
I guess out of character. Was that the same scene that we had seen, like in the tree, like whenever? Because I remember there was some.
Yeah. That was
some
like a
mention of
flashback
that.
type.
When they were fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
they had
Declan
words.
killing.
Yeah, I think it was Declan versus Noxilus.
We
So
saw
maybe it was
Declan execute.
That was. So you just said the key to your own question. That was Declan versus Noxilus.
Okay, so
It was
yeah,
a different
after.
time and time.
Oh,
Man.
Declan had to birth Noxilus first.
Correct. Bingo. Noah's got it. Oh man. Declan
You
became
guys
a
had a
very
fucking
complex
heater.
character that night. He was already
can only
complex. It
imagine.
got even worse.
Yeah, I can only imagine, given the circumstances of who was playing the characters.
Oh, that too.
That's
That's
insane.
the even better part. The fact that Oshik is played by now Chris's real life arch nemesis.
It's uncanny.
Incredible how that happens, how that works out for us. Anyways, if any of you guys are planning to do something so heinous that we in real life hate you, make sure you set that up in your character arc first, and I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth for the next 5
That's
years.
awesome. We're like a fucking Broadway troupe that's been with each other for so long. There's just immense amounts of drama between each other.
We're fucking, who is it? We're what band is that? With that Stevie Nicks is in or was in.
Oh,
Fleetwood
fuck.
Mac?
Yeah, we're like Fleetwood Mac. We're writing songs about our affairs and shit that we're having with other band
Within the
members.
band.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So anything in character? Questions for Raz in character or about the situation in general?
About the situation in general.
I would like to clarify that I try to explain as much as this vision as possible, emphasizing on my attempt to find where Declan went. That's most of what I want out of the entire encounter. I like to drill it into you guys.
But you also said that I assume you would mention if you gave us the full recap that Declan was not one with the Force.
Yeah.
Currently.
I would like to show you, like pretty much what happened to me. I'll explain to you and tell you how I got there.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so
Well, if Declan
Sure,
ain't part,
because I already did it.
pretty
No, I'm gonna do
troubling.
it again.
To hear.
well, if Declan ain't part of
Troublesome
the
bit of information
force
there.
right now,
Which
then
means,
does that mean
could you
he's not
sense if he was dead or not? Currently?
Did I sense of Declan?
Could you tell if he was dead?
But an even
The whole
bigger
thought, like,
question.
the whole.
Guys,
I don't know if it was a current.
I tried seeking
Yeah.
Logic when I was standing on his grave, and there were pings all over the galaxy. One in Vanway's retreat, one in the grave.
One on Glee.
One on Klee. Oh, yeah.
One on Corellia. And about 27 up.
Oh boy. I
Not
can try it.
I find that
specifically
begs
27 other.
But I bet I find that
No
begs
way
an even
Jacob's gonna make
bigger
it to
question
27 individual boss fights
in terms of me and June
before the conclusion of this
specifically,
campaign.
because me and June had both
That's troublesome.
talked with Declan.
Could you? No, I couldn't
Supposedly.
tell.
So I mean, if we did, but he's not part of the
Did you
force.
get any sort of sense as to
What did
whether or
we
not
talk
these were dormant?
Oh, hey, June, do you have Will muted still?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, you might.
Yeah.
No
I was
wonder.
wondering why you were talking.
No wonder. I was like, Noah's being a real asshole right now, talking over Will twice.
No,
Yeah.
Anyways, Will,
So I server
repeat
muted him,
yourself.
but apparently it still left him regular. June.
That hurts.
Anyways, Will, repeat
After all
yourself.
Sorry,
that
Will.
I've been through.
Sorry, Will.
It's okay. I said, well, I mean, if Declan's not part of the force, that really begs a very important question, I think, for me and June. Who the hell were we talking to the other day?
Well, in my mind, that would indicate that Declan is still alive. Only further reinforcing.
Clarity. Was my feeling of Declan not being one with the Force a flashback, or was it
That was
correct
your
feeling?
anchor point. That
Where
My
is
anchor
started.
point
you
was
search
that he was
you
not
search for that
one
now
with
at
the Force, and that's sunk me into this. Okay.
yeah, you search for that now and feel that same
Gotcha,
thing
boss.
even now.
Okay. That's why, yeah, because
So
I
what they're
tried to
talking
commune
about
directly
completely
with him.
legitimate.
Because at the tree, I tried to commune with Declan's spirit, and I rolled really high, and I didn't get a spirit. I got him.
Correct. Knox. This also might raise a question for you. Specifically in the graveyard after you speak.
Where Declan showed up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Say what?
Wait a minute.
Do I know about this?
No, he didn't share that with you guys.
I didn't.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
I think I might. No, when Timjen said he saw Declan, I think I also said, and that's what caused Anra.
Yeah, yes, you're right.
Yes. Yep. But I don't know if we really took in what that meant.
I can try the seek thing that I did on Declan. Maybe just get a loose idea.
I think you might pick up a couple other Declans.
I believe
Just
he's
like
on the Oblivion.
In the high recruitment.
I think you should.
Well, the DM says.
I think you should roll your force power shake and see what happens.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Fuck yeah!
Also, I would suggest maybe pulling the seed out.
I think you should fuck around so you can find out.
Because if you pull the seed out, I would let you roll another force die as well.
All right. What if we got the seed, the holocron, and the great saber?
Chill out.
And a great communion.
Roz already used up all that. You're just getting the force die for the seed.
And all of our lightsabers. And all of our personal attachments.
You're already on the
Here you go.
Exactly. The kitchen.
The car falls apart piece by piece and is re-embedded as your mega flying hyperspace lightsaber that you will use to destroy Oblivion and free the galaxy from its fate.
If you don't
Congratulations. You did it.
If you don't think at level 20 we're turning this shit into the Twins anime episode,
Oh,
you're
fuck.
out of your mind. The final boss fight is about to be ridiculous.
You have no idea.
So 3, right?
Yep.
I knew we were fucking Power Rangers.
4 light.
Speaking of Power Rangers,
So what?
You need to check out Go Go Power Rangers.
Whoa! We gotta solve this all
Sorry.
first. It's okay.
sorry.
Garrett, what would you like to use here?
I will use all 4.
On what specifically?
2 are
2 to activate, right?
2 to activate seek, general location or direction. The other 2, spending to remove force illusions.
Very, very interesting choice.
No way, the illusion removal. That's pretty cool.
So as you basically activate the power, your vision pulls you on a galactic scale towards the outer rim, towards the unknown regions, into the expanse. I've seen this one before. Same ping you got on Van Way's retreat.
Let me guess. Yeah.
Except there's 2 in this sector.
Ooh.
Both on Van Way's retreat? In?
One is
One's above.
glad I didn't have to say.
Ooh. Right. Well, one is on Van Way's retreat. One is in Oblivion. Not sure which is the real one, the one we knew.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to make 2 stops then, won't we?
I think I know which one in the Oblivion.
You have to repeat that though.
Because if there's 2, I know both, and I think I know which one's in the Oblivion.
I'd agree.
A couple of you guys have been there once or twice.
Don't think I have.
The Oblivion?
Vanways or the Oblivion?
Oblivion.
Yeah, I've been to the Oblivion. I've been there a couple times.
Wait, maybe with Dorn?
Have we all? Besides Timjan?
It's always besides
Who's been in the Oblivion?
I think we all
Raz,
have.
You've been there quite a few times.
Yeah, Raz has. I think we were there. That was where the portal is. I'm willing to bet. It was in the far. It wasn't there? Okay. Let's say we were just on some random Star Destroyer we didn't know anything about. Okay.
Not that fucking debunk ass space station in the middle of fucking nowhere that we were fucking traveling on, ended up being the Oblivion.
No.
Okay.
No. I think he means
Raz,
through visions.
you're overthinking it, Raz. Anytime you've talked to the High Reclaimant,
He was there.
I see that. But I'm talking about for others. You said others, and I'm trying to ping.
yeah, this guy with the blue background
When-
up here, he just went there like recently.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Enlighten me.
Timjan went and talked to him just last session.
Yeah, he talked to
Or
the
2
wrong
sessions ago.
Declan.
Oh,
It was talking
okay.
to the bad Declan.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell I was
Ah.
talking to the bad Declan.
No, you
bad
couldn't.
one.
Don't lie.
I could tell now Well, no, I could because what he was telling me was questionable. Fuck you.
Did he ask?
And then me talking
Yeah.
to
Or
the
something,
Jacqueline and the Holocron just proves it.
Well, one of them is from another time.
Another time?
Once again, Holocron is
yeah.
not exactly a reliable narrative.
Not super accurate at the time. Yeah. A little dated.
Not necessarily.
Do we have to bring the holocron and like show things? Put it in the droid.
Put it in the droid. That's a great idea. Somebody call G2 it.
Let's just jam it into G2.
You'll live to regret that decision. the power G2 would develop would be incomparable to your worst nightmares.
Instantly take it out on us.
You'd have your own hallway scene right now.
Oh my god, you
An
scared
evil
me.
gonk droid abomination.
All right, well, that begs the question, what next? Where are we headed?
Yeah, Timjan, you said we got a couple stops. We're up to like 5 stops, I think.
I think now Hud and Arshada primarily, because that's what we agreed to originally.
Yeah.
And I got urgent business there.
So do I.
So I think we go there. I think we go to Nar Shaddaa first, and then Nalhud. Or it's Twin Worlds. You can honestly drop me off there if we needed to, but I'm okay with
Let's
going
go
to Nar
visit
Shaddaa.
Timjin's mom. Oh, sorry, I had something stuck in my throat.
No, Timjan, we could. That's a good idea. I mean, how long has it been since you've been there?
Wait, Timjan, do you have enough money to
It's like
save
half
your
a
mom?
year. No, I don't.
All right,
that's
Nar
really
Shaddaa-
unlucky. That's
Now,
I've lagged out. All right, back. All right, how much? Eat.
lagged out again.
Timjan.
how much money
15
does
big
he have
ones,
to-
15 bands
much-
for
yeah,
Timmy
1,000.
Tim.
15 bands.
Yep.
How many bands do you have, Timmy?
There's so bad. dog.
we do have a group fund.
There is a
Timjin-
severe lack of bands.
Timjan has not posted a money spread in a while. Is all I gotta
No bands.
say.
We've got 1,800 in the group fund.
Timjan has not posted a money spread on the gram in a minute. It has been a minute. It's actually been however long it's been since
Man,
immediately posted
your
Tar's
mom,
job
put-
that
Yeah,
Timjan has posted a
play-
money spread.
Tim had 20K in his handset. And then it all went
No.
away.
Yeah.
It's the first shit, bro. Let me get your mom and fucking
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
that would have
Any
spread.
y'all, any y'all got force healed space cancer? Like,
Hey, but for real,
Timjan, if only you caught me
I can
a few
try.
months in the future when my burgeoning business was back.
I'm
on
no
its
bullshit.
feet.
I legit no bullshit right now.
Wait, does Raz have it like that?
And I could also like Gliansel's kind of no. Well, all right, I kind of talk like Yank.
what?
My grandfather was a doctor. All right, Gliansel has good medicine.
Mhm.
It seems like you're getting one price for the cure for your mother. We could all be.
I mean,
we could all be what?
Like that.
you're cutting out pretty bad, though.
Dummy just
Leaving
scoot his
and-
Wi-Fi adapter closer to the wall.
I'm also known to heal people.
Surely they
I'm saying
have installed
the treatment. What is this treatment? Fuck.
What about a treatment?
What is the treatment, Timjan? I think
Yeah,
is
what is-
what Raz is trying to
It's
say.
an expensive medicine.
Why can't they allow you to pay in installments, or is it? Why must it be 15,000 credits up front? That's an extraordinary amount.
It's because of the, it's
hold on,
because of
clarification. Clarification. It's not upfront. This
That's
is
the down payment.
This is the recharge on the dosage.
Thank you.
So it's a chronic illness she has.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh God, Tim, I think it.
And
it might
one
be
dose, do we know how long?
So it's I think
Seems to be good
we
for
had
half
talked
a
about it
year.
a while. I think it's about 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Oh Jesus!
I can barely read that.
I can back it up a
Heal
little
your
bit.
mom. I can heal your mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
I can heal your mom. All right.
Oh boy.
You know what's
You have
funny?
Discord
He
hands
had the fucking keyboard right in front of him. And he's fucking scribing this shit. he has
The old ways.
he has a messaging app literally that we're on using right at this moment. And he is scribing this shit down, bro. I cannot imagine, bro.
Bro.
He said, fuck, I'm lagging. Let me write this shit down in the fucking clipboard for the boys. Oh, hell,
Listen to
dude.
this track. Look at this.
Oh, God, my camera's lagging. Guess I can't use my keyboard.
Back to pen and paper.
I have to go back. The old masters are instructing me
It's a long day.
to go back to the old ways and use my laggy camera to show my hieroglyphs to my party.
Not the hieroglyph.
Oh God, dude! Holy hell!
Oh man, I love this shit.
Thank you. That was wow. Wait.
That was awesome.
Anyways,
Oh God. Yeah, where were we?
Roz believes that he can heal your mom with the force.
How credible is this?
You guys, I'm pretty sure.
What a question.
Pretty sure you guys know that he has that.
We have all.
I know it can be done, but can Roz do it?
He's never healed someone of cancer before.
It's true.
Yeah, he's closed wounds, not, actual lasting diseases. But, I mean, I say we at least try it.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Unless we hit really big in Nar Shaddaa, then we don't have to worry about that. That could be our backup option.
Yeah, I think Savo's.
Well, 15,000 credits every 6 months seems nigh impossible to sustain.
I mean, you are right about that.
There is a reason that the farm is in incredible disrepair.
Bounty on him.
Also,
Seems like we got
Timjan,
lucky. There aren't enough hated people in the galaxy to sustain 15,000 every 6 months.
30,000 a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Just on
Timjan,
medicine.
your hollow communicator range.
Who is it?
It's your uncle.
Really?
Mm-hmm. A great picture of your contact photo of him lifting you up onto what were you guys farming? What were you guys herding?
Boromoose.
Yeah, the Boromoose. A picture of him putting little you on a Boromoose from probably
Good times.
15 years ago.
Good times.
Says Uncle Jom Tom.
Jom Tom. Good old Jom Tom. Go ahead and answer. Jom Tom.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you been?
Hey, I'm doing okay, man. I hate to be the one to call you like this, but uh, your mind ain't looking too good, but uh, I don't know what you're up to. I know you've been out, but you might want to make a beeline back for the ranch, brother.
How bad is
Probably worse than it's ever been, but she
man.
can't hardly get up out of bed.
All right, thanks, John Tom. I'm gonna try to get over there as quickly as I can.
Yeah, family's all here, so all your cousins, all your uncles, aunts, we're all whole pods here, man. Just make it when you can.
Will do, John Tom.
Nah,
You stay safe.
you too, bud.
So can we possibly make that make a detour before we go off to Narshada and stuff?
Mm.
Or if not, I'm just gonna go.
How far is that from Narshada now?
Balmora is wouldn't be that far. Actually. Wouldn't be that bad of a jump. Balmora is I want to say colonies towards outer rim or inner rim, I should say, and then Narshada's down the spine. So pretty easy jump.
Under a week?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Anything other than a week is like side of the galaxy to other side of the galaxy. The long one.
I think we should do it.
Well, Roz, looks like you're gonna have a chance to hopefully work your magic a little sooner than expected.
What happened?
Well, it looks like my mom's not doing too good. I just got off the holocron with my uncle, and from what he says it's not looking very bright. Seeing as how they called in all the family, even all of our late cousins and stuff, it must be getting a lot worse than we've seen so far.
Well, look, Timson,
No, sorry, what were you gonna say?
if it's that serious, this is something I throw similar.
I mean, I think we owe it to Timjin for all that he's helped us with.
Both of those are correct. Lady Honora Honora is her name. So both of those are good.
Yeah, definitely so. Thanks, guys. Anyway, if y'all just give me a minute, I gotta go think about some things. I gotta like walk away from the rest of the group.
And if anybody wants to go ask Honora about some medical tech, they absolutely can.
It's actually a really good point. I mean, she is kind of royalty on this planet. Yeah. Let's go. I'll go ask.
So Timjin has to go think first. Very good. Timjin, what are we thinking about?
I'm just processing all the news, bro.
Okay. Well,
That's a lot to lay on a homie, bro.
But
maybe mom's gonna die. Who knows?
Diagnosis. I'll say you guys would share this because this is easy enough. Diagnosis. There really isn't one. Timothy's mom has been wasting away, like muscularly, skeletally, like for a long time, and it has increased in recent years. And this fancy cocktail has slowed things down considerably over the last couple of years. But they've galactic doctors have been treating symptoms rather than causes because they can't really find.
I mean, Joom, how pressing is the stuff on Nalhutta?
Is
Would it make
urgent.
sense? Would it make sense to split ourselves up?
Yes, I would. I was thinking that I would head to Nalhutta in private if need be. I need to get there immediately.
Yeah,
What if Tim Jin wanted Sabo there, man?
And I would say that Sava would most certainly be inseparable from going with you. There's probably him not going with you to this is probably not even fathomable. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we can
Yeah, that's the
go.
boy.
Who wants to take the Justicar? Because whenever you guys bring it up to Lady Honora, she's more than happy. Mentions that she can get one of the yachts out of storage,
Okay.
and she can take that with her group if whoever's going where.
I think the Justicar should go with Timjin.
Yep. They can pilot it better anyway with Raz.
Yeah, it'll be more of us.
So you two, Shalmos is going with you, and she has instructions to not let you sell my ship. Or let it get impounded, or captured by the Huts, or any shipjackers of any means.
Wouldn't dream about any of those things.
She
Never
has the
gonna happen.
keys. So with that, I'll say June, Knox, and Shalmos take one of the old racing yachts out of storage. Head off towards Narshada and Nalhutta. Timjin, Savo, Raz, and an Anra party up and head towards Balmora. And that is where I believe we can leave it for tonight.
Awesome.
Pick up
Cool.
next week.
Revelations.
Hope Mama's all right.
Me too.
She gonna be. She gonna be.
I
all
don't
right.
want to have to give my most convincing Mom now. Like have my in character breakdown.
Oh, I hope you do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saving that in character breakdown for something else. So, I need her to live too. So.
Tachi, that's the reason you murdered every single member of our clan.
All
So
right,
really
kids.
hard from Timjin.